Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Onad and today I'm heading out to get some groceries. It's been raining on and off for the past several days now and the traffic has been really bad. According to the weather forecast, the rain is expected to continue today, so I decided to take a jeepney instead of my motorcycle, which, as I later found out, was probably the worst idea.
Umaga, una-una na si Seka, mama.
Alright, I haven't really been doing much physical activity these past few days, and I've mostly been staying indoors doing nothing. So, before we go grocery shopping, let's take a little walk around BGC. One thing that might surprise you about the Philippines, especially Metro Manila, is that when it rains, expect the traffic to get worse. It's almost like the moment the rain starts pouring down, everyone suddenly wants to go home or go out at the same time. The roads suddenly start filling up with cars, but on the other hand, public transportation becomes much more difficult to find. BGC is known to be one of the most expensive places to live in the Philippines. But have you ever wondered how much condos cost here? I'm not talking about the rent, but the actual price of buying a condo unit. So, let's have a quick look at one of them. I actually visited this one a few days ago, before this rainy day. This one is newly built and is a low density condo with only 12 units per floor, so it's expected to be more expensive. This particular unit costs 56 million pesos, or around 900,000 US dollars. It has 3 bedrooms, floor to ceiling windows, is smart home ready, and features premium finishes. It's located here in Uptown BGC, so you'd expect it to be convenient to live in since it's within walking distance of malls, restaurants, hospitals, schools, and entertainment areas. So, what do you think? Would you buy a property here in BGC if this is where you wanted to live and budget wasn't an issue? Do you think the prices are justified or are they overpriced? Let me know what you think in the comments. And as forecasted, the rain continued to pour on and off. To be honest, I really didn't mind walking in the rain. In fact, with the temperature a little cooler and the streets less crowded than usual, I actually enjoyed it. The only thing I was worried about was getting a ride home. At this rate, I was pretty sure it was going to be difficult to find one. When the rain gets heavier, more people start looking for rides at the same time, while fewer drivers want to be on the road because of the traffic. And usually, jeepneys would also stop running their routes when they know there's going to be heavy traffic, especially during rush hour. So, I was already thinking about how I was going to get home later. But for now, I might as well enjoy the walk and make the most of the situation. This is a new coffee shop that just opened a few days ago, and apparently, it's a Korean brand. Since I was already passing by, I thought, why not give it a try? Let's see what their best selling drink tastes like. And this is one of their best sellers, a Dalgona latte. I'm not really sure what Dalgona is, but it sounds interesting, so I'm curious to see what it tastes like. It looks pretty good, and the coffee has this sweet caramel like flavor, which I guess is where the Dalgona comes in. It's definitely different from the usual latte I would normally order, but it's actually pretty good. Price wise, it's cheaper than some of the more well known coffee brands. I'll probably come back and try some of their other drinks next time. For now, though, let's finish this and head over to the grocery store. And now, it's time to get the groceries. I'm actually a bit hesitant at this point because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm expecting that getting a ride home is going to be difficult. I really don't want to be carrying a bunch of groceries while standing around in the rain, waiting for a jeepney or trying to book a ride. But I came all the way here anyway, so I might as well get what I need. Hopefully, by the time I'm done, the rain will have eased up and I'll have an easier time getting home. This is what I need, so I sent the list to myself on Messenger so I wouldn't miss anything. First, let's get some bath soap. Then a dishwashing soap. Next, I need some condiments and cooking oil. I'll also get some powdered milk to use as a coffee creamer. Then, some canned goods. These are convenient when you just want a quick meal or you're not in the mood to cook.
Hindi naman yung dati. Gusto mo ba?
I'll also get some milk. And for tonight's dinner, I'll get some pork and a few vegetables to go with it. I'm actually thinking of cooking pork sinigang, a perfect dish for a rainy day. Then I almost forgot the sinigang mix. And a toothbrush.
You had this na partner. Hindi naman po ako. 1,871.
All in all, this cost me 1,871 pesos, or around 30 US dollars. And finally, I also need to buy an induction stove because I broke the one I bought just a few months ago. This one cost 3,800 pesos, or around 62 bucks. Unfortunately, the rain didn't stop, and as expected, I waited for almost 3 hours before I was finally able to get a taxi. And it probably would have taken even longer if I hadn't walked all the way to a gas station along C5, which was probably about a kilometer away. All right, we're finally home. That was probably the worst commute I've experienced here. Now, it's a bit late, but I don't think this will take too long to cook, so let's make this sinigang. After chopping some of the ingredients, I'll add some oil to a pan and saute the onion and tomatoes. Then I'll add water and wait for it to boil before adding the pork. Now I'll add the pork and let it cook for around 30 minutes. Then I'll add the sinigang mix and season it with fish sauce. I'll also add the chili peppers and okra. I'll cover it and let it continue cooking. Once cooked, I'll season it with salt, then add the kangkong leaves. And that's it. It's done. Let's eat. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one. Cheers!